Odd Hybrid Entertainment.
What's going on, everybody? This is Peter Jaysin, and you're in tune with Odd Hybrid Entertainment.
So, man, like, I want to get in. I'm the type of person that like to get to the point, but also we're gonna be conversating and enjoying this shit. You feel me? So, like, man, with the Right Now tour, like, how did you start that? How did that come about?
Man, it's really just been going on just over 2 years. We do multiple events a month. We try to cover different ground across the country. We try to break artists into different markets. Focus throughout the Midwest because it's close and it's right next to us. And basically, it just all started off, you know, in the past I used to do video work. I used to build campaigns and, you know, manage artists, and artists were getting shows. And I seen a shift of people going for the show, like even with the labels and everything, like situations were disappearing where the best way to make money was to go into the shows. So I just made an easy transition. It was kind of like an overnight thing. Took like a month off and thought about it, and then basically just kicked right off with it. It was kind of funny because I needed a name, right? So the name Right Now Tour kind of came in a funny way, and I was sitting with my partner Chastity, and we were just going back and forth like, we're gonna do this tour. We had the concept. We were like, we're gonna focus on up and coming artists because I like to build with artists. I don't want to work with older artists who kind of like got their hand out for money or real no longevity in building with somebody who's older. So I'm looking for the new guys. So that was the whole concept of the tour. And we were sitting there and we were like, man, we need a name. I had a venue. The first venue we did it at in the West Loop at Red Kiva. We had like Mikey Dollars and Asa and a few other artists to start. And you know, we were basically just getting our feet wet, you know, taking on the projects, and we were like, man, I got the venue, I got the artists, and we only had like 40 days to the event. And I was like, man, we need a name. We need it right now. Like, I need a name right now because I can't wait no more. Like, we need, and then it just like, it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, man, Right Now Tour. Like, we need to focus on the artists who are right now, the ones that are just.
Damn, you just killed the next question.
Yeah, it kind of just worked out that way. You know, like I believe in organic formulas. Like, like never force anything. Like, you know, it'll eventually work itself out.
You're right.
So, you know, I wasn't stressing the name until that night when I definitely needed the name, and it just came to me, like, just like that.
So basically, it's like y'all get the artist that's popping right now, or that's on a come up right now.
See what that's the trick. Like, a lot of the artists I'm aware of, people don't know yet. Like, I could tell you Young Jake or this dude King, or like I was gonna book Bankroll Fresh before people knew who Bankroll Fresh was. But it's like, do I pull the trigger? Because obviously we got to spend a budget to get this, right? And it's like, do we expose artists before they? It's like a trick, right?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Definitely.
So it's like somebody that I could explain that with is like Cap G. I don't know if you're familiar with Cap G.
I'm definitely familiar.
Cap G, I brought him. This is like the third time that he's been in Chicago in the last 2 years since I've been running the tour, and I've been the person who brought him, and now it's finally gonna pay off. Like, we don't get me wrong, the money was good, but Cap G was someone I took a chance on because I believed in his brand. I believe he has superstar power. He has Wiz Khalifa and beyond power. So I was like, man, I'm gonna rock with this guy Cap G, take a chance with him. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. He dropped the project, everything's kind of picking up steam. Bring him back to Chicago. Now we're like homies and friends, and just building that relationship with him. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
How do you keep that chemistry with these artists? Like, because you know some artists, they can drift off due to the drugs or them just having problems and things. Like, how do you keep that chemistry with these artists?
Man, I always do each other favors. I don't believe in like, I'll spend bread with you, but I'm not trying to be a penny pitcher. Like, so, for instance, like, you come to town, I'm going to line up radio interviews, meet and greets. I'm going to go way beyond.
And promote for them.
And promote for them, because a good brand of theirs, a good representation of them, and they came and they had a good time, and it was on the Right Now Tour, they remember that stuff. Like, not just the shows, like, forget the shows, forget the payday. The actual building of the brand, and walking them into radio stations or introducing them to the best producer in the city or the best DJ, and just building that core relationship, building a circle. So when Cap does come, he feels like he has a foundation, a support team that's here waiting for him. You know, I work a lot with Swing PR with Brianna. She's a partner of mine.
Shout out to Swing PR, man.
Yeah, Bree's she kicks ass, man. And so we do a lot of stuff with just like prepping him, getting his press, getting him interviews. Like we literally gotta cater the relationship. You know, you gotta do everything. Like they got stupid ass writers with champagne and sandwiches.
How did y'all connect? How did that connect come? You and Swing PR?
With Swing Bree, that's funny because when I was doing the video work, it was for a local TV show. We built the platform and started, you know, building campaigns for artists and commercials and whatnot.
Yeah.
Bree was a publicist doing the same thing. We both started our companies, my past company, in the same year. So we kind of grew together naturally. Like, and then when I kind of brought this little project along, I was kind of started off as like a one-man operation. Bree extended her help to us. She's like, man, you're doing something good. I believe in it.
Those be the best relationships when it's organic. You don't gotta force it. You feel me?
There's a lot of people like they don't gotta pay me, I don't gotta pay them. Yeah. And man, we go out and we make bread together. We have a good time and we build. And everything's not about like with me. Like there's ways to make money in the music business. I'll be damned if I burn a bridge or do anything over some stupid ass money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like money's not the most important thing in the music business. It's about relationships.
Wow, he just dropped the jewel on y'all, man.
It is because like I swear I'm rich in relationships, and for that I'm always gonna be successful.
Definitely.
You know.
Who? Hey, you right about that. You really right about that because I feel like money isn't shit. Money ain't nothing if you don't have that love and that bond.
Like there's people like say I'll go to book you for a show and you're someone who's popular and I tell you, hey, I think you're worth at the top. Maybe I can make $5,000. I'm gonna give you $3,500, and then you say you don't want to do it for an extra $500. I'm not gonna. You're gonna walk away from $3,500, and I'm gonna think you're an asshole. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't let money determine, or vice versa. Maybe I'll give you the money and still think you're an asshole. You know what I mean? So it's like there's definitely ways like don't even as a local artist like don't let money get in the way. You have to spend it. Like just like every business. Like one thing that I hate about working with artists that artists don't take themselves serious enough as a business because when you become a rapper or artist of some sort, you become a business. You become a brand. So it's like Wendy's. When Wendy's was starting their brand, did you think they were doing it cheap when they came to their commercial? Did they get the free homie to film the Wendy's commercial? Or did they go out and spend money with the person who they were supposed to do it with and did it the right way? Like people always think the word finesse, bro, it fucked everything up. Finessing is something that's like trying to get something out of somebody for your benefit. But what about the person that you're finessing? Is there any like you're taking something?
You're taking something from someone.
So it's like that's like a nice way to say I'm gonna like not steal, but something close to that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna weasel my way. Like, why would you want to be good at that? Like,
true.
You know what I mean?
Like,
why would you want to go about your business that way? Because you're gonna finesse your way out of situations.
Then you're gonna have a fragile bridge is gonna burn.
Yeah,
quick.
Exactly. So relationships is key. Always build a relationship before you worry about a dollar.
Definitely, I feel that. I hope y'all hearing that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play some music and we're gonna come back. We listen to Real Raww, there's no Real Without Raww, and we still got the one and only Peter in the building, Mr. Right Now Tour. I can call you Mr. Right Now Tour, can I?
I don't know. Peter Jaysin, man.
Peter Jaysin, okay, I'm gonna stick to Peter Jaysin.
Because if people start not liking me one day, they can still like the Right Now Tour. You know,
wow. That's why so considerate.
Because you don't put that's why brands who put themselves as the brand, like that you put yourself, unless you're Oprah and you could be Oprah the rest of your life, like you know, you got to build the brand and then let the brand speak for itself and still be the individual.
Wow.
That's a little deeper thinking. But
that's what I was like, okay, definitely, I feel that.
Yeah.
So man, like with the brand, like who was the biggest artist you had came on the platform to like perform and things like that?
Some of the artists we had, like I said, it's only been 2 years, but we've been going strong. So off the top of my head, we done Famous Dex. We done Little Herb was probably the most profitable show I ever had was having Little Herb in La Crosse, Wisconsin. We've done Cap G. We've done man, a lot of Four shows, a lot of Young Chop shows, a lot of King Louis shows, Katie got back. All the Chicago artists, like I take all the artists who are booming in Chicago and I take them to new markets. Because we go and we cash in. And they go to markets that they haven't even known that they had a fan base in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because you take an artist like Mikey Dollars to Minnesota or top of Wisconsin, and he's like a god out there. And he didn't even know it till we started going and doing shows out there. So it's like I'm more proud of those opportunities than getting like the bigger names. Like I'm more. It brings more joy to me to see somebody like a Four do a Soho show in New York. Like that makes me feel good. Seeing someone who's just like genuinely grinding, that earns it and does it the right way.
So you enjoy when people succeed.
Yeah, you have to.
That's great.
You have to.
I like that.
You know, see people get the fruits of their labor.
I gotta hang with more people like you. I'm for real.
Man, it's just really a way of thinking. Like I'm 32 years old now. It's basically that's the way I think now, and that's how I live my life. Like basically, you know, everybody has their moments of selfishness or like, you know, whatever it may be. I still do, trust me.
Yeah.
But definitely gotta roll with the punches and gotta help others, because like the best way to create your own, the best way to have people support you is when you support others. Because it's like a guilt trip. Like, oh man, he rocked with me, I gotta go rock with him. You know what I mean? And it works.
I feel that.
You just gotta touch people, man, in somehow, some way. Like there's artists that don't invite me to a listening session or whatnot, and I might not even know the artist, but I'll go stop by for those 30 minutes and that'll mean a lot. You know, and then next thing you know, I'll throw an event and that dude paid $10 to come see a show that I do. You know what I mean? So it works out, man. Everybody
showing love and bringing it back and forth.
Yeah,
it's in the circle.
Love.
Circle club. There you go.
But man, that's really how you gain support. And like, you know, in Chicago where we're here from, people don't think like that, man. It's just like, man,
you're right about that.
You know, people are always out for themselves and what they could do for them, and like I said, the word finesse done fucked everything up, man.
Speaking of Chicago, man, I know you're from Chicago. Can you let these people know why you so Chicago?
Because I don't put ketchup on my hot dog. I go to this one place, I live by White Sox Park, so there's this place called Red Hot. It's a little corner hot dog stand. It's been there forever.
Yeah.
Anytime someone orders a hot dog with something that's not supposed to be on it, they make it. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Just go ring that." Now that there's like a dummy bout, so they go ring the dummy.
What the hell, man? That's crazy. Yeah. So man, I want to get into before the Right Now tour. What were you doing, and what was your life like before?
Man, pretty much. Went to college. I went to De La Salle here. Went to college. College didn't really. I wasn't feeling it. Came home, did a little junior college or whatnot, and just still had no direction. And my cousin had his girlfriend, then soon to be wife, started singing, and you know, I kind of had a little crowd that I would go to parties with or whatnot. So he was like, "Man, why don't you kind of help? You know, get DJs to do this or whatnot." So I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" You know, I was like 21, and I was going to bars and stuff. So I was meeting a lot of people. And it kind of, one thing led to another, and it kind of started into, my cousin started a record label, and I didn't give no damn about it. You know what I mean? It was like nothing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there was like stupid little opportunities started happening, and it would lead to something big. Like next thing you know, like within a couple months, like we got his wife to do like the Puerto Rican Day Fest, which I think is like something hard to do, and we did it.
Man, Puerto Rican fests be jumping.
Yeah, to get an artist on a Puerto Rican fest, exactly. And then she was even offered like New York. Like I was like, man, like that was pretty simple. Like you know what I mean? Like so I was like, man, we could do it. So next thing you know, we just started shooting for goals and accomplishing them one after another. Like, man, what if we did this? What if we got, you know, we went and talked to this person, and we just started doing it. So I was like, man, this is kind of easy. Basically, it was just, you know. It was like war, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you lay out your battle plan and you start going to battle.
You can get ready. Definitely.
Yeah, and
on that.
Man, we started. Then the next idea came where it was like, why don't we start filming videos and hiring and getting an onboard videographer? Why don't we get an engineer? Why don't we sign a rep? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It started building
Build a
like
team.
that. And then next thing you know, it was like something. It was something that was being built. Took like 6 months to a year, and then within that time, we had met somebody. His name's Hermanshu. I don't know where he is, dude. I can't find his email. I wish I could find my man Hermanshu.
He didn't disappear, don't
He
you?
disappeared on me, but this kid was like 19. He was like a child prodigy. He went to Notre Dame. He graduated at Notre Dame, like on a scholarship at like 19 years old. So he started working for this company that was doing development, and they were working on the show. And he's like, "Hey, why don't you come help me?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Like, you know, just young and dumb. I was like, "Sure." And went no pay or nothing. I wasn't worried about money. I was just working on big sets. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Like, "Hey, why don't you be an extra? Why don't you do this?" And I was like, "All right, fuck it," you know. So I started doing it, and basically I find myself enjoying, instead of being in front of the camera, I enjoy myself being a producer, helping build the scene and set stuff up. I started learning about lighting and camera angles and why they did so many shots and how they took them, and basically just like the process of how it would be done. And I went back to my cousin and I'm like, "Man, we gotta do this." You know what I mean? Like, "Man, we can do this," you know?
You got passionate.
Yeah, exactly, instantly. And basically I got hired to do stuff. I ended up working on every single show of Gangland on the History Channel I worked on. I worked on all the reenactments. So we would have fun. Like, it would be like, you know, it would be my job to get like a fat white guy, a skinny black girl, a long-haired Mexican guy, and it would be like a scene. So I would be in charge of casting and getting. And what I would do is I would just get people I knew, and they knew each other, kind of, sort of. So the acting. And it was always fight scenes or like jumping or party, and a party went wrong. So it was always like, and then the producers like, "Oh, these people who brought them? And like, who did this? Like, who said this?" And it was me, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, "This is," because, you know, if you're a stranger and you go on set and you got to go punch another stranger in the stomach, you're gonna be like, you know,
what you do that
kind of
for?
awkward and stiff, and like, I don't really know this guy. But like, we would really know each other, and we would like really punch each other. Like, we would have so much fun.
Oh, wow.
And we would shoot blanks, and we would have a ball. So basically, they love the energy, they love everything, man. They let me work on every episode, man. I never worked a job again since then. And that was like when I was like 22 years old, with no experience, no anything. I was working on producing national television segments. I was able to do some stuff for A&E. Like I said, I brought it back to my cousin, and we were like, "Man, let's go do this." Started doing interviews, started interviewing artists. That's where the bridge came back to music. We're like, okay, there's no platform for artists in the city here, so let's create our own. Let's create a major platform. Let's create something.
Creating something different.
Create something where it's an interview. Like now, don't get me wrong, there's some, but when we started this like 9 years ago, there really was nobody. Man, we were doing everything. I met Nelly, Joe Jonas, 50 Cent, Waka Flocka, the Gucci Mans. Like, we're invited to all the video shoots. Like, then we just got our networking on. Well, myself got my networking on, man, and basically just turned those people we met into valuable relationships. And to this day, I can still text so and so or hit somebody up and just say, "Good album," you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Like, you don't just having genuine relationships with people, man, is what it always comes back around to. If
you could give these people some, like, spread some knowledge to these people on branding, you feel me?
Man, you gotta. Okay, this is something I don't know if tell me if this makes sense. Understand who your competition is. So say you're an R&B singer, or say you're a rapper. Let's go with rapper because a lot of people rap. Say you're a rapper. The people who are trying to be King Louis are not going to be successful because there's already a King Louis. People who are trying to be famous Dex or Chief Keef, that you can't do it. It's already been done. You know what I mean? Either what you have to do is let's take not their style, not their anything, but the way they did it, and evaluate it. Like, for instance, you want to be who Drake was at. That's who you're really competing with. You're competing with J. Cole. You're competing with people who are taking up the airtime, right? So that's who your competition should be. When you make an album, are you putting it out the same way Drake puts out his album? Is it on iTunes? Is the artwork top notch? You know what I mean? Is the engineering dope? Is it mastered? Because that's who your competition is. If you're just trying to compete for your city, you lost before you even started. You know, like, you have to know who you're going for, why you're going for it, and how to do it. And every plan, when you think of your plan, you should write it all the way. When you create a business, this is how you create a business. You start with your business plan, and you have the business plan has a start and it has an end. So you have to write when it's all done and said with, where you're going with it. Like say you wanted to shoot 5 videos this year and do this and spend this much money. Okay, when you did that, now what? And that's where artists kind of stop at. They kind of figure like, oh, I'm gonna go hard this summer. Cool. What about fall? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do in fall? Like, you know, and they don't even think about it.
I do hear that a lot.
You know,
I'm gonna go hard this summer.
And I like working with businesses these days. Business to business, they have more at stake. A business knows how to run a business because, like, I'm a business. I work with other businesses. I work with publicists. I work with blogs. These are businesses. They're not individuals. Rappers, they want to work with people. Like, oh, I know so-and-so's cousins, and they want to work with that one guy. Like, you got to work with the business. If the business, like, this is one thing artists do, and this is how you ruin a brand is just who you stand for and what you show people. So if you show people, like, say, for instance, someone comes to me and they're like, hey, I want to get so-and-so on a show. I want to get Waka Flocka or whatnot, right? And I'll be like, cool, I'll hit up Waka Flocka, I'll get their number or whatnot, and I'll hit them back. And then they go, oh, well, I know so-and-so. He told me this.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, go to so-and-so. And then so-and-so has to come back to Waka. Like, you just cut yourself out. And people do it to themselves. And I see it all the time, man. Just people who just cut themselves out. And it's a shame that they're so quick to like, it all comes back to money again, I guess, you know? It's like, not to say that, for instance, if I manage an artist and then the artist is like, hey, this guy, you know, I know this guy, he's going to hit you up for booking. He's trying to get it for cheap, but don't let him do it. And then the same guy hits me like, oh, but I talked to the artist. He said he's going to let me do it. And you got to be the bad guy. You know what I mean?
Because they're trying to finesse.
They're trying to finesse, but the artist already said he didn't want to do it at that price, raise the price. I got to be the bearer of bad news. And then you just run back and cry to the artist. It's like, oh, well, bro said he didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you just crying just makes yourself look like a little, you know, like whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So it's like, you are, that's what you just told me that you are. And like one thing I always notice that the people who do make it and the people who are successful, they get fans, but they don't worry about fans at first. Like the people who make it, they take care of people who are in the music business. Like, worry about what DJ V-Dub says. Worry about what Moondog says. Worry about, like, the people who are in the music. Worry about what Swank PR said. Don't worry about your cousin says about your music. Don't worry about, like, whatever so-and-so, like...
Because they're not the experts.
Not only are they not the experts, they're not the people who can help you. Get the people that can help you to rock with you. And then, because you know what? We can get you fans. I can get you a few thousand fans. So-and-so can get you a few thousand fans. We could all get you fans. Yeah. But why should we?
True. Are you working hard for it?
Yeah. Because there's two ways. There's two ways to do business in the music business. You got to pay for it or spend years earning it. You feel me on that? Like, how can you get on the radio? Earn it? Take years to do it? Or pay for it?
Pay for it.
You know what I'm saying?
There's two options.
There's two options. And it could take a lifetime to earn it.
About that. Man, so with the Right Now Tour, what's the next event y'all got coming up?
Oh, man, we got South by Southwest is coming up. We got tons of shows in Chicago. Hold on, I could rattle them off to you, actually. We definitely got a lot of shows in and out the States. Right now, I'm pulling up the website. So pretty much, I know the first upcoming show right now is December 29th. Or no, actually, December 22nd, Rima from the Bad Girls Club. We got her in Chicago Ridge. December 29th, we have Roy French. He's a dope upcoming artist. We got him downtown at Refuge. January 7th, we have Stunt Taylor. January 15th, my man Kid Raww and his Black Paradise series. We're doing that at the Elbow Room. February 2nd is Little White. Remember Little White? Then February 24th, we're going to be back downtown. March 4th, we got the Dayton Family. March 12th is going to be a fun day. That's the South by Southwest send-off party. Yeah. We do that every year for the people that can't go to South by Southwest. we get all the artists that I have on the South by Southwest show, and I do a show here in Chicago with them.
That's smart.
Yeah, so that's always lit.
Hey, that's smart.
So that's March 12th, March 16th. We're going to be at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. That's going to be a big show so far. We got Young Chob 4 from VH1, the Black Ink Show. We have Young Stax, who's going crazy with the Balling record. Up-and-coming artists like Queen Key, K Karma, Chanel Trevelyan, who I've been working with a little bit. She's an up-and-coming talent. Man, too many to name for South by. South by is a crazy lineup. And then after that, we're going to St. Louis for March 18th. We're going to have World Timmy from Power do something up in St. Louis from the TV show Power. March 25th, we have OG Mako. And then my favorite is April 19th, we go to Denver for 420. So last year we had...
Man, y'all got y'all booked for the whole year.
Yeah, that's up to April, and there's still always gonna come shows come in and out. That's what we do for the artists. Like we do like 3 or 6 month booking subscriptions, like a magazine. Like you would have to subscribe to the tour. I don't like doing one shows with you so you can go brag and stuff like that because it doesn't work out for your career. And I only want people who are serious about their career.
True.
I'm not trying to get you laid or get you, Instagram followers. I'm trying to turn you into a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to accomplish that, it takes more than one show, one time.
True, you're right about that, man. Let them know where they can find your social media on camera.
Basically, my personal website is peterjaysin.com. Anything Right Now Tour related is rightnowtour.com.
Raww!
What's going on, man? This is Peter Jaysin from the Right Now Tour. Make sure you get in tune with Real Raww.